Imagine you're sewing a button on your shirt. You drop your needle. Annoying, right? Now imagine that same needle, tiny, harmless, comes flying out of nowhere at the speed of light. Yeah, that's 670 million miles per hour. Still feel harmless? Not at all. So, what if this needle actually slammed into Earth at light speed? Let's find out. First, let's be clear. In the real universe, nothing with mass can hit the speed of light. Einstein said, nope, to that over a century ago. But today, we're bending the rules. We're asking, if it could, what would actually happen? Step 1. Size check. A sewing needle weighs maybe 5 grams. That's lighter than a single mm. But if it's moving at light speed, that little piece of metal suddenly carries the energy of, wait for it, about a nuclear bomb. Actually, not just one. The math works out closer to the yield of dozens of megaton-class nukes from one sewing needle. So picture this. The needle slams into Earth's atmosphere. Normally, meteors burn up, creating pretty shooting stars. But this, no burning up. At light speed, the needle doesn't politely knock on the door of our atmosphere. It rips through it. In fact, the air molecules in front of it don't even have time to move out of the way. They instantly compress into a shockwave hotter than the core of the sun. For a fraction of a second, a glowing trail of plasma tears through the sky. Now, what happens when it hits the ground? Well, it won't just poke a little hole. It will explode. Not like fireworks, more like a city-vanishing catastrophe. The impact would release so much energy that everything within miles could be vaporized instantly. And remember, this is still just a sewing needle. Here's the really wild part. All that destruction happens in an instant. If you were standing near ground zero, you wouldn't even see the needle coming. You'd just see the world light up, and then, poof, nothing. But what about the global scale? If the needle hit in the middle of the ocean, it would throw up a tsunami taller than skyscrapers. If it hit land, it could flatten a state-sized area. And if we're really unlucky, the debris it kicks into the atmosphere could mess with Earth's climate for years. Basically, a needle at light speed has the power to play planet-wide dominoes. And yet, there's a twist. The needle might not even make it to the ground, because at that speed, it would shred the atoms of the atmosphere as it passed. All that energy could be released high above the surface, creating a gigantic explosion in the sky, almost like a mega version of the Tunguska event in 1908, which flattened 800 square miles of forest. Only this time, we're talking thousands. So the big reveal? A simple sewing needle, moving impossibly fast, could rival the most powerful weapons humans have ever built, and maybe even wipe out entire regions. The takeaway: speed matters more than size. A tiny thing moving at light speed is basically the universe's way of saying, never underestimate me. So, next time you drop a needle on the floor, don't complain. At least it's not traveling at 670 million miles per hour. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this little mind-bending trip, hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more crazy what-if science adventures.